Today we're going to talk about Bigfoot, the Lost Coast tapes. Bigfoot is hiding, but not from us. This isn't exactly about Bigfoot as the monster killer Measty Beastie Man, but then that's exactly what that says. There's something else out there. And this film wasn't exactly that successful, so there's not a lot of discourse about it to tell you exactly what Bigfoot's hiding from, but who knows. It's interesting all the same, though. Much like Lured and Followed, two other dollar bin films of this series that I've talked about, some of the earlier ones. This is also a found footage style film. So, honestly, when it comes to these low budget films, I actually like the found footage stuff because it just looks a little more real, so as to say. The characters, the actors, they're acting a little bit more raw, they're acting a little bit more real, and it was fine. Oh, I had no problems with the found footage stuff. I actually like a bunch of the found footage stuff when it comes to low budget films, because I get to see exactly how they manage to make their movie look without that much of a budget. The cameras are digital video, the quality is pretty okay, it's not terrible, and there's like 5 characters. We have 4 people on this film crew who have come to a cabin out in the middle of the woods to talk to a Bigfoot hunter to discredit him in the whole Bigfootiness. Had to do a quick little cut there, got distracted. Let's talk about the DVD case itself, though. We picked this up from, naturally, the dollar store, and the dollar bin films are pretty interesting all the same. But the best part about these dollar bin movies is this little thing. When was the last time you've seen these little stickers? They're absolutely annoying, but now they're actually nostalgic because I never find them anymore, except on old early 2000s DVDs that I find used. This was brand new, so what the heck? That's pretty awesome. 2011 was when this film came out, and this probably might be 2011 when this DVD was made. It was just sitting in a warehouse somewhere for about 12 years, and then they finally sold it to me. That's probably exactly what happened. This film was directed by Corey Grant, and it was written by a team of Brian Kelsey and Brian O'Kane. I don't know who any of those people are. I don't know who any of the actors in this film are. So let me get back to the plot. I think I remember. I was left off with 4 people on the film crew, 2 dudes, they're the female friend who is all sorts of witchy woman, and then the geeky kid. The geeky kid, I think his name was Kevin. I don't know. The plot isn't really too deep. You have to actually pay attention to the words that are being spoken, and it's pretty hard to do that in these types of movies. So you may not pick up on all the things. I certainly didn't. This would require a rewatch, which I don't plan to do for the foreseeable future because my backlog is absolutely too big for that. But for the most part, from what I could pick up, I had fun. The 4 film crew come to meet this old man in the woods. He's a Bigfoot hunter. He's got the Bigfoot Museum in his old cabin. He's off the grid. There's no cell reception out here, so that's how they get rid of the cell phones deal. There's no power. He's got generators set up to get power, and sometimes the generators get all wonky and the lights go out, so they gotta bump the generator to get that back working. So they set up a lot of things in the story and in the settings to give you a creepy vibe. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You got no cell phone, so they get rid of the whole smartphone deal. So there's no way to send text messages to somebody immediately to send people up there. The cars are stuck because there's like one path into this clearing little settlement, and a giant redwood tree has been cut, hewn down, and it's in the middle of the road. And if you've seen a redwood, they're massive. They are absolutely massive trees. You're not getting around that. You're not getting your car around that if it's falling right in the middle of your road. You're going to need a crew to cut that thing down. So they're stuck. They can't get the car out. They can walk and try to climb over the tree and keep going, and that's what one of the characters decides to do once they get stranded out here. And then he gets hunted down by a mysterious force, and everybody blames it on Bigfoot except for the skeptic that thinks it's some other dude out there. But then they find that some other dude, and that some other dude's been beaten the crap out of, and they say, "Oh, Bigfoot beat him up." And then the skeptical dude's starting to get less skeptical, and then people start dropping one by one. They start to split up, as you do in these horror movies, and when you split up, they have two cameras, luckily, so when they split up, one gets one camera, one gets the other camera. So the witchy woman stays with the Bigfoot man, but the Bigfoot man runs off to do something, and so the witch woman gets attacked by a mysterious force, and then she dies. The two dudes are out there fighting with the Bigfoot hunter. The Bigfoot hunter dies. The two dudes run back to the settlement. They find their friend dead, and the geeky friend's already been killed by something, so they run into the house to try to survive. But then one of the dudes, the cameraman, not the skeptic, but the cameraman runs out with a shotgun to fight whatever this mysterious thing is. He fails. He walks in. He says, "There's no way we're getting out of here." Then he just does a rage quit. He's gone. So then it's just the skeptic dude. He walks outside and he goes like, "It's not Bigfoot! It's not Bigfoot!" And then he dies. You never find out what it was. It's just a bright light. They put a spotlight on the house. So that's how they were able to do that effect. So there's a bright light on the house, and that's how they try to scare you into thinking it's some sort of otherworldly thing, which is probably what it is. An otherworldly alien thing has come here to get after our characters. That's basically what happens, and it's just, it's aliens, probably. There's not too much else to say about this film. If you want to watch this because you're interested in low-budget found footage types of films, I'm not going to stop you. I was interested in the whole Bigfoot part. I didn't know if it was going to be a found footage or not. I've seen plenty of low-budget Bigfoot movies, and most of them are bad. Most of them are pretty bad, but I'm a fan of B movies, so I picked this up just to see if I could enjoy myself. And I did. I enjoyed myself a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. I'm on the middling tier. It's not something I hate. It's not something I love either. It's not something I'm in a hurry to rewatch, but it's something that I'm glad I've seen it. I'm glad I watched it to add that experience to my found footage repertoire of things I might not remember in a few months. If you want to watch it, go for it. If you don't, then don't.